Welcome to the odds.com breakdown of UFC 250 at the Apex in Las Vegas. We've already talked about the early preliminary card. Now we get into the preliminary card, and we've got our best MMA analysts rolling with us right now to find us the angles, how to get paid on Saturday night. We got Big Mo in the house. We got Boston Nick ready to get to work, and we have Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA Podcast. We have 4 fights in this preliminary card. 4 fights. We're going to start with the middleweight bout. 5'10" American Charles Kid Dynamite Byrd, 10-6-0. Opens at minus 138 at Bet365 and is now minus 170. Big money coming in on Kid Dynamite. Going up against 5'10" American McKee. Coconut Bombs Pitolo, 12-5-0. Opens as a slight dog at plus 110. Is now a legitimate dog at plus 140. I've heard from Clint earlier when we were talking about this fight and this market move that there has been U-shaped movement on it. I'm just giving you the Bet365 opening line and closing line. At this point, Boston Nick, do you understand why money is coming in on Kid Dynamite?
No, I don't. You mean on Pitolo, you mean? I'm sorry, on Charles Byrd? Yes, I do. That being said, I'm all over Charles Byrd like white on rice, just like I was on Larry Bird and the Celtics, honestly. But that being said, I really like Byrd here. Listen, Calvin Potter beat a guy, okay? That being said, right now, Byrd coming off back-to-back losses to Edmund Shabazian and the dentist, who's no slouch. You know what I mean? And I think just Byrd is better everywhere here. I really do. And at minus 1.
Let's stop. Let's have you come in firing. I know you've got so much on your mind right now.
Sorry about that.
No, you're great, but you have so much on your mind right now. And we just started this prelims.
Yeah, brother came in like 30 seconds before. I thought he left his charger in here because he's leaving for the place.
Yeah, so no worries. Let's get you. You know you're going to pop off first here. You're going to pop off first.
Kid Dynamite obviously is Charles Byrd, right? I just mixed it up. That's
no worries.
Fine.
No worries at all. But this
is those nicknames, sorry.
This is a perfect time for us just to give it another shot and start from the top.
Roger that.
Okay, so we're going to hammer off right away. Okay. Welcome to the odds.com breakdown of UFC 250 at the Apex in Vegas this Saturday night. What is it, June 6th? When is it? June 6th?
4 days
June.
now.
June 6th.
Okay,
yes, Saturday, June 6th.
Welcome to the odds.com breakdown of UFC 250 this Saturday night, June 6th at the Apex in Las Vegas. We brought together our best MMA analysts to break down the angles, find ways to get you paid. We've already talked about the early preliminary card. Now we get into the preliminary card, and we've got Big Mo from Mo Scream TV, Boston Nick, a.k.a. Mr. Fat Fist, and our man Clint, star of the Die Hard MMA Podcast. Let's get right after it right now. We get started with a middleweight bout. 5'10" American Charles Kid Dynamite Byrd, 10-6-0. Opens at minus 138 at Bet365. Has now moved up to minus 170. If you want him right now, they're at Bet365. Going up against 5'10" American McKee, Coconut Bombs Pitolo, 12-5-0. Opening at plus 110, now at plus 140. Let's go with Boston Nick to get this popping off. Money coming in on Charles Kid Dynamite Byrd. Do you agree?
Do I agree with it? Absolutely. Charles Byrd should dispatch Mr. Pitolo pretty easily. Listen, Calvin Potter beat him unanimously. When I say unanimously, he beat him with ease. And Calvin Potter, let's face it, he's a journeyman at this point. He's coming off, Bird's coming off back-to-back losses, Edmund Shabazian and the dentist, who's no slouch. That being said, though, I believe at minus 170 right now, that's an easy parlay piece. I am going to throw him in a parlay. I love him here. And I might even look for an inside the distance prop or by TKO once they do come out. But I'm all over Byrd here like white on rice.
Byrd as a favorite here to get the preliminary card rolling. Let's go to Big Mo. Do you agree with the market move and with Boston Nick liking Charles Byrd here?
I do, Bag. Here's a couple reasons why. If you watch tape, just like my man Nicky, I'll normally say 4 ounce, but tonight we're going to keep it positive. Nicky, 24 ounce is what we're going to say tonight.
We got
24 ounce there in the bottom right. Hey, don't get used to it, bro.
I'm not 18.
We'll go back to Nicky 4 ounce soon. But tonight you're Nicky 24 ounce. But back to what I was saying, Mr. Potter, like the way he fights, he walks forward, throws big bombs, looks to clinch, looks to press against the cage. If you watch all that, he's pretty much a generic version of Byrd. Bird's a lot better at what Potter does. He's a way better striker. He hits harder. He's a better wrestler. He's a better submission fighter. He's better everywhere than Potter. And just like 24 over there said, he wrecked coconut bombs. Coconut bombs, he wants the fight to stand right in front of you and throw like 40% shots, just like a Diaz. He'll throw 2 hard or like 2 soft ones and, pop a third one hard. He's decent at finding the back, getting rear naked chokes. But besides that, I think his only path to victory, and both these guys have this issue, they both seem to gas towards the third. That's what happened with Mr. Stewart, Mr. the Dentist, with Charles Byrd, because Charles Byrd was winning that fight until all of a sudden he wasn't. He was outstriking the striker. He was making him work, making him clinch. And the thing that just sealed it for me was how Potter was hitting him so easy. And then I watched tape, and the reason why is because when Coconut Bombs walks backwards, he has his hands dropped at all times. Because just like he's against the cage, he's not trying to fight for underhooks. He's always on the offensive, trying to dirty box, always thinking offensive instead of thinking defensive first, like I don't need to get cracked, and then going offense. He's always offense, and somebody like this, Bird's going to walk forward, throw a double jab cross. He's either going to get hit or he's going to back up against the cage. Bird's going to clinch him against the cage. He's going to work him, chain grappling, find his way to the ground, probably TKO him, something like that in the second round. I could see Coconut Bombs. It's starting to wear on Coconut Bombs, 2:30 into the second round, maybe a minute left, something like that. Byrd seals the deal with the, TKO.
So an under might be another move you would make on this fight?
Yeah, yes, sir. Like how Coconut Bombs, because he just throws to the wind. He throws a lot of volume. So in return, what you got to look out for is if Byrd, like let's say Byrd comes out first round, super grappling heavy, but can't close the deal, right? Can't close the deal, is up 2 rounds going into the third. He's got to watch out for that volume if he gets tired, because that's what Coconuts wants to do, is he wants to work that volume. So, but I just
over under at 1.5. So,
yeah. I mean, I can see that happen. Yeah, I mean, it's close. You know what I'm saying? It's like as far as picking winning where it happens. But I think as far as just picking a straight up winner, I think Charles Byrd wins this fight.
We got Big Mo and Boston Nick both on Kid Dynamite. Charles Byrd, do you agree, Clint?
Let's go for the 3, Pete. Jimmy, I'm on Charles Byrd. You know that 4-leg parlay that I got rolling?
Let's
Byrd
go.
is in it, buddy.
Hey.
I just think he flat gets it done. I don't have a whole lot to add to what my boys said, except for this. Not many people seem to realize or mention that Byrd is a 185er, Jimmy. Maki Pitolo fights at 170 pounds and is taking this fight up 15 pounds. He struggles with the wrestling. He had issues with a guy, and don't get me wrong, maybe one of you guys can remind me. Didn't his last opponent come up from 155 to 170?
Who's that? Byrd or Pitolo?
Pitolo. Didn't Potter come up from 155 to 70 in that fight?
Yep.
Because if he fought a guy that was fighting at 155 and jumped up to 70 and struggled with the wrestling, now he's fighting up 15 more himself without the body for it against a true, thick, powerful 185er. He's going to end up on his ass, Jimmy. I like Byrd a lot here.
It makes a lot of sense.